Have you ever found yourself thinking, why is my kid acting like this? Or this shouldn't be so hard, or I cannot let my child get away with this. Cue yelling boldly in their face, stop it! Or let's be real, maybe even screaming, what is wrong with you? Why can't you just listen? If so, friend, I get it. It took me 7 years to stop yelling, and honestly, I still lose my temper every now and again, even as a positive parenting coach who's helped thousands of parents replace reactive patterns with responsive ones. So trust me, I'm not kidding when I say that you are not alone and you are not broken. But today I want to flip the script completely because there is nothing wrong with your child and there is nothing wrong with you if you find yourself yelling and erupting like a volcano often. But here's the truth. All misbehavior is communication. Not manipulation, not defiance, not your child trying to ruin your day. Trust me, I used to think that a long, long time ago. And understanding this, really letting it sink in, will change your life. It'll help you build more compassion and it'll help you stay grounded. And yes, doing this will help you stop yelling because you will feel more empowered and in control of yourself and what's actually happening with your child when they make mistakes or don't listen right away. So what is really going on when kids act out? It has to do with the 4 root causes of misbehavior. So let's dive in. Inside the Fresh Start Family Experience, we teach that there are 4 mistaken goals behind nearly all misbehavior. So this comes from the powerful work of Dr. Rudolf Dreikurs, who was a renowned mid-century child psychologist who helped us understand child development and what drives humans to either behave or misbehave. He helped us identify these key areas where kids are acting out. There's 4 of them, so listen up. Number 1, attention. This is when your child acts out because they want to feel seen. They want connection, but they're asking for it in unhelpful ways. Think interrupting, constantly, being silly at the wrong time, or clinging or whining. Translation of what they are really trying to communicate: do you see me? Do I matter? All right, the second most common category of misbehavior that shows up and the root cause of it is power. Here, your child is saying, I want to feel capable. I want to feel like I have a say, especially if you have a strong-willed child. But kids in power have a mistaken belief that in order to feel powerful, I must overpower in some way or another, often because that's what's been modeled to me. So they resist, they refuse, they say no, just to remind you that they can. This is where power struggles live. And when we engage in a battle for control, no one wins. Translation of what your child is really trying to communicate: let me help, let me choose, let me feel strong and powerful. All right, the third category is revenge. This one's tougher, but it is important. When kids feel hurt or rejected or unloved, they may lash out because they have a mistaken goal or belief that when I feel hurt, I must hurt back. Often again, because that's what's been modeled to them. Ouch, I know. The truth stings a little, doesn't it? Hitting, name-calling, kicking, saying hurtful things like, I hate you. It's not because they're mean. It's because they're in pain. So translation of what your child is really trying to communicate is this: I'm hurting, I need help, but I don't know how to ask. All right, the fourth category is inadequacy. This shows up as giving up. They shut down, they say, I can't, they avoid trying, or just refuse to participate. But here's the truth about these kiddos. They're not lazy, they're just discouraged. Translation of what this kind of kiddo is really trying to communicate: I feel like I can't do anything right. Please don't expect too much from me. I don't think I can, so it feels like it's easier not to try, but I'm not sure how to ask for help. When you understand all of that, you stop seeing your child as bad or naughty. You start seeing a human being with needs, which helps you shift from judging their behavior to interpreting it. And that simple shift, it gives you power, grace, and clarity. It lets you respond instead of react. And it helps you lead with love while still holding firm limits. And again, doing this will help you stop yelling because now you're not in fight or flight mode trying to fix a behavior. You're in a calm, grounded space where you can teach, coach, and guide, again, while also sticking to firm limits. So let me tell you a real life story, or maybe a few. I remember a season when my son, Taryn, he's now 14, but this was when he was about 6, he'd check out anytime we tried to work on reading. He'd moan or flop on the floor, say, I'm bad at this, or just avoid it altogether. At first, I got so frustrated. But once I looked through the lens of the mistaken goals, I realized, oh, he wasn't just being lazy. He wasn't trying to disrespect me. He was showing signs of inadequacy misbehavior, which we see a lot when kids learn a new task. He was feeling discouraged and he was afraid of failing. So instead of pushing harder, I slowed down and I got curious. I poured on the encouragement. And slowly he came back with confidence, with effort, with resilience, because he felt safe again. Or there's the time my daughter, who's now 17, but boy, when she was 3, she was struggling to settle down one night and get in her bed when we asked her to. She'd run, jump, bounce, resist, anything except for get tucked in and go to sleep like we desperately wanted to. And yes, this had become a pattern. I tried yelling and it just ended up with us both going to bed in tears. So instead, once I learned that what she was really looking for was power at the end of a long day when she had probably gotten like 100 compliance statements, we learned how to create a self-managed bedtime chart. And with just the first implementation, she went to bed easily with no tears or drama. Seeing her need to feel powerful as healthy instead of a will that needed to be broken changed everything in our life, but especially bedtime routines for sure. So what to do when you see misbehavior? Here's your simple 3-step process. Number 1, call in a healthy paradigm like we talked about in video 1. Your child is just trying to get their needs met. They're not out to get you. Number 2, pause and get curious with a pause button I taught you how to do in video 2. And then number 3, ask yourself, which of the 4 mistaken goals might this be? Name the need. Is it attention, power, revenge, or inadequacy? And then meet the need without condoning the behavior. For example, here's just a few ideas. For attention, you might offer special time later that night or the next day. For power, you might give age-appropriate choices or do some of the empowerment prompting we talked about in video 2. For revenge, you want to reconnect through empathy. Something like this. It seems like you're feeling hurt and life seems unfair right now, kiddo. For inadequacy, you can encourage effort. It's okay to try and make mistakes. I believe in you, kiddo, and I'm here to support you. Now, we teach lots of specifics in regards to step-by-step strategy for all of these categories of misbehavior inside of our full Fresh Start Family Education programs. But today, I'm just giving you kind of the high-level guidance in this video so you can understand the main concept of seeking the root cause of misbehavior versus labeling all misbehavior as bad, then moving to standard punishments, which we'll cover in our last video, number 4. The most important thing to remember is you're not rewarding the behavior. You're responding to the need underneath of it and then guiding with firm kindness and connection. So remember this. A connected, firm, and kind way of parenting isn't always going to feel easy to your nervous system because it is new, but it is worth it. You won't always get it right as a parent. There will still be moments when you raise your voice or feel overwhelmed. But every time you choose curiosity over control, you are rewiring your brain. You're growing your compassion muscle, so to speak. You're showing your kids that even when they mess up, they are still loved and that they can learn from their mistakes. And that's how we raise emotionally healthy humans who take responsibility for their actions and choose to behave differently tomorrow. Not because they're scared of us, but because they understand their core basic human design and learn to get their needs met in a healthy versus unhealthy way. So start becoming a detective instead of a correctional officer. I promise you it'll help you feel better and your child will respond much quicker and easier. Okay, are you ready for your action steps? If you want to go deeper with this, I've got a free quick start learning bundle called Thriving with Strong-Willed Kids that you can grab below through the link in the description and comments. And be sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our educational videos. So in closing, remember parents, you are doing holy work when you choose to raise your kids with connection and firm kindness versus fear and intimidation, which is really what yelling is. You're choosing compassion over control. You're trading shame for curiosity. And you're becoming the kind of parent who teaches, not just demands and commands. Your children They will learn how to live, love, and lead with grace from watching you. In the next video, we're going to talk about discipline versus punishment and how to follow through with limits without yelling, shaming, or power struggles or punishment. Yep, it is possible to teach your kids important life skills with radical effectiveness without having to punish them and drive a stake in your relationship. We'll explore practical tools like logical consequences that you can use right away to guide your kids with clarity, kindness, and consistency. So be sure to subscribe, grab your free Quick Start Learning Bundle below if you want to go a little bit deeper with me, and let me know in the comments which mistake and goal that I covered today shows up most in your home with your kids right now, and how will you respond differently now that you understand a little bit more about what's actually going on. You've got this. I believe in you. And I'll see you in the next video, number 4.